Hey folks, John Yerby here. Today we're going to be learning a classical guitar piece, the one I just played, called Study in E minor by Francisco Tarrega. And we're going to do it in 30 minutes. Here we go. You ready? Just to the right of the sound hole, got an open hand, okay? My forearm is resting on the lower bout over here, right by the bridge. All right. Notice the position of my index finger knuckle. That's very important. That is located between strings 3 and 4, if you can see that. Yeah? Okay. We place the hand there open. Now, pivot from your forearm. Just raise your hand up a few inches off the top of the guitar. Maybe that's 5-6 inches. And just let your fingers curve to meet the strings. All right? Your fingertips should touch the strings. Your fingers should not be between the strings. Notice that my fingers are curved. All right? And still, this knuckle here is hovering roughly above the third string, between the third and fourth string, somewhere around there. All right? If you pull your hand back too far, you're going to be tempted to pull up on the string instead of pushing through like this. Let's practice the right hand pattern. So, I like to build it up in pieces. So first step, we're going to have all 3 fingers down on the strings, okay? And we pluck A, M, I, right? Or ring finger, middle finger, index. Notice that my thumb is resting on the 6th string. We got A, M, I, plant, okay? Plant means to return the fingers to the strings so that they're ready to go again. All 3 fingers are down. A, M, I, plant. Plant, prepare, return, reset, whatever you want to say, but get the fingers back to the strings, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is what you want to practice to get your right hand going to play. 1, 2, 3, return. 1, 2. Step 2, remove the 4th part of that process. 1, now I want you to look closely at my right hand fingers. And what you should be concerned with more than the notes themselves is the space between the notes. What's happening in there? What are your fingers doing? After you play your A finger, your M finger should be ready on the 2nd string, waiting, okay? Planted. That means your fingertip, if you don't have nails, is touching the string. If you do have fingernails, then that string is situated against the flesh of the tip of your finger and the fingernail itself, okay? After the I finger plays, index, it sends the A finger back out. This is the process that you use to build an arpeggio, to make it cyclical so that you have a repeated pattern that continues without interruption. Next, what about the thumb? The thumb plays our bass note. So if we consider one repetition of our pattern being A, M, I, okay? Every 3 times you're going to play the thumb. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Notice what my thumb does when it's not playing. Okay, it's resting on the 5th string. Now if we're going to follow the harmony from the piece, the next bass note's on the 5th string, okay? So as you practice your right hand part, do it like this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your first job. Get this right hand pattern automatic so you can do it without really having to think too much, without having to look at your fingers, because now we go to the left hand. This is the 4th finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 1st finger, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start with finger number 4. But first, we just pluck the open strings, okay? You can have your thumb situated behind the neck right here. Ready. Your fourth finger is going to play the first string at the 3rd fret on beat 2. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, once again, first measure, 1, 2, 3. For the next step, if you're familiar with your D7 chord shape, then this is what we're going to use. Alright, so you have your 4th finger on the 3rd fret from the first measure. 1, 2, 3. Next, fingers 1 and 2 come down on the A and the C, or 3rd string 2nd fret, 2nd string 1st fret. The bass changes to the 5th string, or A. And this note here, which is G under your pinky, resolves down to the 2nd fret, F sharp. Alright, first and second measure together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple so far, right? So it's just open strings, pinky on the 3rd fret, the D7 shape. Next, fingers 2 and 3 are going to stay where they are. Your first finger comes up over to 5th string 2nd fret. And you've got what is more or less a B7 shape. You know, if you think of B7 like this, it's slightly refingered. So you got fingers 1, 2, 3. And our melody goes F sharp, G, F sharp, or 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, like this. Okay? We got one more thing to do, but let's put that all together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the fun part now, we get to slide from the 2nd fret with our 3rd finger to the 7th fret. Okay, so we have the last chord, which is the B7. 1, 2, 3, and slide to 7. Now we start from the beginning. Repeat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Here's the ending. And there you have it. Now go learn that. Play it at the next social gathering you go to, and they'll say, "My, what a fine classical guitarist you are." Okay, the harmonic at the end. Harmonics. We could do a whole series of videos on harmonics themselves, but the ones we're going to use in this final measure of this piece is the natural harmonic at the 12th fret on strings 3, 2, and 1. Now, with acoustic instruments, well, Now, you're going to want to make sure you're using your pinky to play the harmonics, as your pinky is the finger closest to the 12th fret, right? If we're set up like this, you're going to want to make sure your pinky is straight, okay? Straight as an arrow. If it's curved, obviously you're not going to be able to cover the strings as well. So straight pinky, and we place the pinky right over the 12th fret itself, not between the frets as if we were playing the 12th fret, but over the fret wire itself, okay? And you just touch the strings, don't need to press them down, you just touch, and then somewhere between the sound hole and the bridge is where you're going to want to pluck. And you can do it blocked, just all three at once, or arpeggiated, up to you. So here's the ending. And with harmonics, you can take your finger off once you've played them and they continue to ring. Pretty cool, right? Okay, folks, there you have it. That's the first half of the Study in E minor by Francisco Tarrega. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2 in this series, but go and learn the first part first. All right, see you next time. Adios.